Look at my outfit today. I really like this outfit today. Look at my pants. Aren't they great? I got the long sleeves and the pants. Isn't it just so good? Yeah, I climbed over my chair. What'd you do today? So recently, the CW released a trailer for one of their new shows. And this new show is called Gotham Knights. And the only reason I am excited about it is because Misha Collins is going to be in Gotham Knights, and he's like a main character, I guess. If he's a side character again, I'm gonna strangle somebody. I'm gonna be mad. If he's another one of those guest stars that's only there for like 2 episodes a season, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be real mad. Someone's gonna die. Seriously. And yes, this is toothpaste. Leave me alone. So basically, I wanted to make this video because this shot right here is in the Gotham Knights trailer. And it's very short, but I really, 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 really like it. I mean, like, I see this shot, and I want to stare at it for hours. I want to look at it for so long. I just want this shot to be tattooed on my eyelids, so every time I close my eyes to go to sleep, I can see it again. I'm really mad because the CW released the trailer with this shot with no context. So when I say, like, no context, I mean there's no context from the original show. So this moment that's in the trailer, we have no context for what it's originally intended for. The only context that we get is trailer context, and when putting together a trailer, you kind of take cool shots or like interesting shots or just action out of context so you can make it flow into like a, here's what the show or movie is about. Please watch it because it has all this stuff. So this shot that I'm talking about today is like a cool shot that they took out of context and inserted into the trailer, so we will watch the show, because hopefully they will have more shots like this in the actual show. At least I'm hoping. I don't really want to watch Gotham Knights. The only reason I'm thinking about it or even talking about it is because Misha's in the show, and I really like Misha. I think he's an amazing actor, and he doesn't have a lot of stuff for me to watch. And he's still on the CW, which I hate the CW. I hate it. But I have vowed to watch everything that Misha Collins has ever appeared in. So I'm going to watch Gotham Knights because he's in it. This shot, I'm hyperfixating on it. It's taking over my brain. I love this shot so much because I need to talk about it, okay? There's like so many different elements, and we have none of the original context. Like I feel like that doesn't make any sense. Let me try to explain this. Okay, so when you have a shot and it has no words, so it's only the visuals and it's supposed to mean something, depending on where that shot is in your scene or story, it could mean different things. So if you take it out and it's already ambiguous and you just put it in like a random thing that's meant to advertise your show, you lose that context. And even if you move the shot to a different place, but it's still in the original format and everything, you lose the context because it no longer means what it meant when it was here, now that it's here. And if you take it out of that entirely, it doesn't mean anything compared to this stuff, okay? I want this, I want you to get it. I want this to make sense. So like, I just have this shot. It's just sitting here mocking me. It's hurting me. I just want to know, where are you from? What do you mean? What are you doing here in a CW show? Why is this shot taking over my brain? Okay. I'm calming down. I'm calming. I'm breathing. I'm relaxed. Okay? Promise. So when you film a character through glass or through a mirror, it puts a physical barrier between us and them, and it makes it a lot harder for us to connect with them. And in this shot, Misha is behind glass, and he has a reflection covering the majority of his face. So we're distanced from him physically and emotionally because we literally just can't see his face. The only facial expression that I can decipher is because of his eye. We can see one of his eyes. Like, literally that tiny, subtle little eye movement is the only thing that I can decipher as a facial expression when looking at this shot. Because everything else is just, like, barely there. Like, I can't tell what's going on. So there's that. So we're physically distanced from him. We're emotionally distanced from him. The only expression that we can decipher is kind of like a contemplation or maybe a decision-making. So it's hard to tell exactly what he's thinking. The lighting also makes him appear very dark because everything around him is very light. So it kind of like, there's a big contrast there. And then he also has a lot of white over his face. So he's kind of like not mixing into the background, but he's definitely like conflicted because there's different lights on his face, you know? It's the composition of this shot, it just is beautiful. I really, 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 really like it. And then the framing is something else entirely, because the window that we see him through is slightly skewed. The actual frame isn't in a Dutch tilt, it's just the angle that we're being shot from. It's kind of like up and then to the side. So the window appears off kilter a little bit, but the frame itself isn't off kilter, so it's just straight on, just on there, and then it's just... The reason I'm differentiating between those is because when a camera is a Dutch tilt, when it's literally tilted like this, that symbolizes that something is off, or just like it's supposed to make you feel uneasy. And since the camera here isn't off kilter, it's just the actual subject is, you still feel uneasy, it's just less so, because it's a very like slight, it's very like a little bit. It's like you can only tell if you're looking at the frame of the window and you're like, oh, that doesn't line up perfectly with the square of this frame. It's just kind of like off just a little bit. And it's also a really fast shot, so it's like hard to tell unless you're like looking at it. Misha, his head is tilted a little bit, and he's off center, so he's kind of like here, and then in the window he's off center, and then in the frame he's off center. And with the in the frame he's put a little bit more in center, but with the window itself he's just on the side. Like if this is the side of the window, he's like here instead of here, so he's not perfectly in the center. So definitely something is off during this scene, during this shot at least. And then the last thing is the camera pushes in. So we have all these things. We have the physical distance, we have an emotional distance, we have a very slight emotional expression, and we're skewed. So there's a lot of different layers here. And then on top of that, the camera pushes in. And usually when a camera pushes in, it's meant to be dramatic, or it's meant to focus in on something that we're supposed to look at. Usually when there's a push in, it's like directing your attention to this specific thing that I want you to focus on. So if like I'm over here, but there's one thing like way here that's small, and the camera pushes in on that, this is the thing that you're supposed to focus on instead of my face. It's back here. The physical act of pushing in, especially on someone's face when the frame doesn't move at all, like if we're looking at something back here, the camera would push in that way instead of pushing in on my face. If it pushes in on my face, then this is the important thing that you're supposed to be paying attention to. This is what you're supposed to focus on in that shot. But if it's back here, then then this doesn't matter. Does that make sense? Hopefully. So basically, we have all of these things, okay? And this is where I talk about the context. This is where I bring it up again, at least. Because in the trailer, the context for this shot is only there because we hear a voiceover. The voiceover tells us what the character Harvey is thinking in this moment. So this is where the context comes back into play, because in the trailer it's this one specific thing with the voiceover, which I want to say I can guarantee that the voiceover will not be in the show, but I can't because I don't know. But I don't think there will be any voiceover in the actual show where this shot appears, because it would ruin the moment. But also, we have no context of the original episode. We don't know what's going on in the episode. We don't know what's going on in the plot. We don't know why this shot exists. All we know is that it's here, and we have some voiceover in the trailer explaining sort of why it exists for the trailer, but not for the show. So I want to differentiate. There's two different contexts. There's trailer context and the show context, and I want to know the show context because the shot is just too good to only be like for the trailer with voiceover explaining what it is. Like, I know you're better than this. Please do not put voiceover over this amazing shot in the actual show. Please don't do that. Basically, this was just a rant because I really like this shot, and I want it to be good. And it's the CW, so I know it probably won't be good, but I really just please do something good. Like, you have Misha. He's a great actor. He's an amazing actor. Just give him something to do that isn't appearing on the show in like tiny little ways and like hurting his feelings. Why are you doing that? I will die on this hill. So this video was just a rant because I'm a film nerd, and I really like this one shot, and I'm just hyper fixating on it. I just needed to talk about it. That's it. So thanks for watching. Next video will be more supernatural stuff. So look forward to that. More supernatural. Just all it's all supernatural. It's all supernatural. It always has been. Come on. We know this. All right, get out of here. Go on. Get out of here. Go. Bye. Okay, real quick. This video exists because I rented on Tumblr, and someone saw my post and they reblogged it, and I just wanted to repeat what they said because it's so insightful and I didn't even think about it. But they said, "We don't talk enough about this shot. Not only is it beautiful cinematography, but it's a stark difference to every other shot of Harvey in the trailer. Throughout the trailer, Harvey is shown as compassionate, sad, caring. The colors are warm. Then this moment is thrown in, and it doesn't look like the same person at all. He looks very calculating. Those aren't the same eyes used from the other frames. Those eyes are cold. Mans is hiding some thoughts." I completely forgot to talk about the rest of the trailer, and why this shot in particular is stuck in my head. And it's literally because the way that they shoot Harvey in this trailer, he's got like this warm glow on him all the time. He's got this like very sympathetic look to him. They made Misha do the puppy dog eyes in like almost every shot. In every shot he has this little sad face. It's like, come on. You're doing the puppy dog eyes. You know what you're doing. You're making me like you so that something will happen later that I'll have to be like, I mean, he's right. Like we can't hate him, you know. It's Misha Collins. Like, he's right there. He did the puppy dog eyes. Okay, so I just wanted to say that. But this person probably will never see this video, but you're awesome. Thank you for saying that. Every other shot of Misha in this show, comparatively, it's just like he is like a completely different person, and then this shot shows up and you're like, yeah, we're going there? Okay, alright, cool. And Misha is like a good actor, so like they picked him for this, and like I need to see it. I need to know what happens. I need to see it. I'm just gonna keep saying I need to see it over and over again. But yeah, that's it. Okay, bye. I will die on this hill.